Another happy spectator at Tip-Up Town, checking out all of these shanties from the air. Tens of thousands of people up here. They're catching fish. They're having fun. I'll tell you, Tip-Up Town, USA is one wonder carnival. One that if you've missed it, if you haven't seen Tip-Up Town before or been up here, I want you to stay tuned. We're going to show it to you. It's Thursday night. I'm Fred Trost. I'm at Tip-Up Town, and it's time for Michigan Outdoors.
The Emmy Award-winning Michigan Outdoors is brought to you in part by the financial support of viewers like you.
Over here on the South Shore by the Tip-Up Town site, there's hundreds of cars, thousands of people, lots of activity, but there are some anglers who fish out here. Oh, look at this! My golly, we were all the way over in East Bay and they weren't catching anything. Well, this was his birthday?
His birthday, and he got his first big fish.
No kidding.
Yep.
And he seems quite thrilled with it.
He is.
Well, you have yourself set up here with a couple of vehicles and shanties and four-wheeler and snowmobile and the whole 9 yards. How you doing, Mama?
Good. Doing real good. Having lots of fun.
Are you catching any fish?
Timmy caught the only one.
That's it? Have you got any bites here?
No, no bites.
What are you using for bait?
Minnows.
Okay,
And some maggots.
Waxworms? Hoping to get just about anything, though. Huh?
Yeah, we'll take anything we can get.
Have you heard of anybody catching any good ones around here?
No, Well, somebody right down a little bit farther caught a pike about the same size as ours.
Okay. Oh, we thought we'd go down on that part of the South Shore and check.
They're not kidding.
Kathy Meisner from Midland enjoys fishing, but the high point of the day for her was definitely that birthday pike for her son Timmy, who's too little to partake in snowmobiling and four-wheeling, which thousands, probably tens of thousands of people enjoy on Houghton Lake and in the public forest land that surrounds the lake. Cameraman John Ford and I were trying out a new vehicle from Polaris, a six-wheeler that steers like a four-wheeler but has six-wheel drive. There's no stopping it. The wide, soft tires are easy on the landscape, and both John and I, plus our camera gear, can pull up to a variety of what look like fishing hot spots. So you got one on? Oh, we do have a stringer coming. Well, tell me about it. What's happening on the other end?
Oh boy, I don't know. It's going under the ice, but
So you didn't do this just to draw a crowd?
no, I was sleeping in the shanty, really.
Well, look at this. You guys got some great fish. Look at that stringer of pike. And that perch.
Doing nothing.
Look at that. Hold that up there like a trophy book thing, you know?
Sideways.
Yeah.
Sideways.
Yeah, hold it up sideways, you know. Oh, come on. There you go.
Come on, Carl. Flip it a little there.
There we go.
14 inches. 14 inches.
So, what are we waiting for here?
I don't know. I guess. See what happens here.
A moment of truth.
Missed him.
Nothing?
Nothing. Took the middle.
Well, I don't know what you wanted. We got.
Again.
We have a dozen people here. Cameras rolling.
Pretty embarrassing.
Yeah. It's the way my luck's
Let's
been
see.
going all weekend.
These are all tip-up.
We're just going to take them in.
These are all tip-up pike.
Yep.
On the way in the way in.
Great. Well, let's see that perch. Look at this story. A 14-incher.
Yep, jigging for it.
Have you caught any other perch?
Nope, that's the only one we got.
Well, when you get them that size. Well, there's proof that Houghton Lake produces nice fish, but this past weekend we had to keep moving to find fishing action. As the crowd moves to the new flag. You got any motion there?
A little slow right now. Definitely going that way, though.
Yep, going that way.
Now, was this the hole that produced some of those other pike?
Well, this is the hole that has produced nothing yet.
Oh, okay. But this could be.
This could be the one.
Could be it.
Right. No, he's slowed down right now.
You know, there is a chance this could be a 25-pounder.
There is always that chance. Right. Right.
Well, it was when we hooked it on.
Right. I might have lost a little now.
Is that your middle bit and a half?
No, that was one that I tried sinking for a little bit of chum.
I know there's a bell that would take that middle.
Right.
How deep is it here?
About 8 foot.
Well, there doesn't seem to be any action.
No.
Well, the fun of tip-up fishing is the drama and the fact that working tip-ups can be a group activity. Lots of advice, lots of speculation, lots of fun. Another false alarm?
No, not yet. You took quite a bit of line out, though. Okay.
Come on, pull it up there. Nothing.
Well, he ran with it.
Weeds.
I mean, he
did,
really
yeah.
took it out there.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, clean it.
Cleaned it off again. But over there, another flag pops. Looks like we're going to be the first ones to this flag. Whoa, we have one of these polar tip-ups. Let's see. I don't see it going around. This isn't moving.
Is it going?
No. No, there it goes.
There it goes.
We have some action to fish on the other end. Is this your tip-up?
Yes.
It is?
Yep. It's her
Great.
tip.
What's your name?
Sherry?
Sherry?
Just get it.
Oh, it's going.
Sure.
Sounds good, Sherry.
You got one?
Yep.
Yeah?
Come on.
Super!
Come on.
Yay! Outstanding! By golly. Oh, and he came off. Oh, he still has your minnow here. Maybe we can retrieve it.
Goodbye, friend.
Not worried about that.
Holy
Still got your minnow there.
Just got a fish Fred catches right there.
Yeah?
Yeah, just set it down.
I don't know. Do we need to measure it? Just put it right back.
Oh, there it goes.
Huh? Yeah, you got the minnow out of there?
It's still alive, Simcoe.
Yeah. Got the minnow?
Oh, it's bleeding. You better keep it.
A bleeding fish likely to die must be returned to the water if it's under 20 inches, a case where the law prevails over practicality and ethics. Okay, we hear 17, we hear 18.
19 3/4.
Oh, we almost. Hold it, squeeze that tail together.
No,
No, it won't go.
Now, my wife is a true sports person, and she'll release this.
And back it goes. How about that? Well, congratulations anyway. We caught the pike on camera. Boy, I tell you what, her hands are slimy. There's no doubt about that. This is what we call camaraderie among sportsmen and sportswomen. The outdoors brings lots of people together. You can't tell where they're from, where they work, how much money they have or don't have. We're all bundled up from head to toe, enjoying a common interest. In this case, fishing. Tip-up fishing and pan fishing through the ice. Sure, it's cold, but shared with friends, it can be a lot of fun. To thousands of people, this is what Tip-Up Town at Houghton Lake is all about. What kind of fish were taken during the first weekend at Tip-Up Town? Well, we'll take the top winners in the Tip-Up Town fishing contest category, starting with a 2-pound, 3-ounce catch of rock bass by Bob Tolman from Lansing, and Al Lyons from Mount Clemens caught the biggest rock bass, 9 1/8 inches. The biggest perch catch weighed 4.5 pounds, taken by Harold Skellinger from Clio, and Harold's 11 7/8 incher won the largest perch. Remember that big 14-incher we saw on the ice? It evidently wasn't entered. It would have been a winner. The biggest sunfish was an 8 3/4 incher by Marty Hagg from Alma, and Houghton Lake's own Ma Kettle caught the biggest stringer, 11.5 pounds of sunfish. An 11-pound, 5-ounce stringer of bluegills won an ice auger for Travis Townsend from Gladwin, while Marty Hagg's 9.5 incher won him the big bluegill trophy. And here's the big crappie, also called a speck, 12 3/4 inches by Tim Roth from Bridgeport, and Gerald Schroeder from St. Helen caught the biggest stringer full, 4 pounds, 11 ounces of Houghton Lake crappies. Walleye, the glamour fish of Houghton Lake, filled a stringer and won the prize for Todd Pinnerich from Breckenridge. 17 pounds, 4 ounces of walleye, and the biggest walleye of the weekend was brought in by Angus McLean from Houghton Lake, a 28.5 incher, weighing 8 pounds. The fish most commonly caught on tip-ups is northern pike, and the stringer of the weekend, a hefty catch. Look at the size of this. Mike Ron from Prescott is obviously accomplished at tip-up fishing. Now, skill played a part here, supplemented with a good dose of luck for Ivan Epping from Mount Pleasant, the lucky angler with the big fish of the first weekend of Tip-Up Town 1991, a 17-pound, 15-ounce northern pike, a real trophy that makes Ivan our Michigan Outdoors Trophy Angler of the Week. It's July in Alaska. The snow has melted off the mountaintops, but these glaciers survive summer heat as they will for hundreds of years. Gary Poganey's Osprey Island Lodge is our destination. In the background, you see Lake Iliamna, Alaska's largest inland lake. We're headed for the scenic Lake Clark, turquoise waters surrounded by mountains 150 miles west of Anchorage, accessible only by air. The lodge is rustic looking, but the meals and hospitality are elegant. Gary and Louise host a maximum of 8 people at one time because all traveling up here is done by airplane, and their 2 float planes can carry a total of 8 anglers. Cameraman John Ford and I flew into Lake Clark at noon on Sunday, had a quick lunch, and Gary whisked us north, so by 2 o'clock we were boarding one of his boats he keeps stashed on the Mulchatna River. Gary's son Steve is learning the ropes of the outfitting business, and he tended the motor during the next 2 hours when we hope to catch a king salmon or 2. Gary provides all the fishing tackle because each day we fish for different species, usually requiring different rods and reels. At the end of the heavy line on the king salmon rod, we put a gob of spawn on a big treble hook, a big gob because we're going for big fish. To take advantage of the strong current in the Mulchatna River, Oki drifters are used to attract the salmon. The propellers spin in the current, probably sending out vibrations as well. I haven't seen that many Oki drifters used in Michigan rivers, but in the right stretch of river, I've got to think it could be a real killer in the fall. The breakaway lead sinker is held by surgical tubing hanging from a 3-way swivel, and the technique, well, it's a common one, drifting. Nothing unusual about the drift. We run upstream ahead of the holes, float free downstream, letting that Oki drifter and the spawn do its work among the salmon.
Yeah, let's see, he pretty much hogged the whole fishing spot there.
Just let it drift, Dad.
Yeah.
Well, I had a lot of fun joking with Gary and Steve. They're originally from Milan, Michigan, so they remember the salmon heydays back in the 70s.
Okay, now my rod tip now it's bouncing.
Yeah.
And it should be bouncing constantly?
Constantly on the bottom. You want it on the bottom at all times, and that drifter will float up a couple feet off the bottom. And you're feeling kind of a harder strike. You know, give it a good set. They got that hard mouth.
Well, I'm going to have this thing flying out of the water about every 10 seconds then.
The salmon were thick in this river, which drains into Bristol Bay, one of Alaska's chief salmon-producing waters. They'd bump the line frequently, and it didn't take long to get a hookup.
Ooh, that's going to get down there. Most of the old guys you keep
Oh, there he goes. He's in spawning colors. Yeah.
Reel. There he comes. Oh, that red color. This is just like in National Geographic. You can try to net him already? If we can get him close enough?
Yeah, get him close enough.
Okay, I think I can bring him in here.
Don't horse him.
Oh, action like this right off the bat seemed unreal.
Okay, here's. You ready? Oh, look at that. Oh, man. Oh, knocked me out. Oh, what a thrill.
I'll go 30.
30 pounds?
25 pounds.
Oh, man, I haven't seen a salmon this size in a long time.
In the Great Lakes, limit catches of kings like this were common in the 70s and early 80s. Fish up to 35 pounds weren't unusual, but for unexplained reasons, the number of salmon in the Great Lakes has declined in recent years, which made this catch reminiscent of those Great Lakes heydays.
Oh, do I love this. Do I love this.
In the next hour or so, we boated 3 king salmon this size, and just before a rain squall, the big one hit.
Boy. Well, just let it go. Reel it in later. Looks like I've been eating pistachio nuts from that spawn. No, actually, you know, it isn't too bad not having rain gear with wool.
Yeah.
Could be the best thing I'm...
After a while, though.
Yeah. Could be the best thing I'm wearing. Denim jacket would be bad. Of course, I don't know who would wear a denim jacket.
In a fishing trip in Alaska, right? Thanks a lot.
Anybody who's been here any amount of time, of course, wouldn't... No, he didn't.
Oh, okay.
For crying out loud, all these experts.
No, I just looked like the full.
They're wearing denim jackets and calling the shots.
I got Gore-Tex on here, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The pitter-patter of big, cold raindrops didn't dampen my enthusiasm.
Oh, there we go.
Wow, that's a big one.
Yeah, that is a good one. Get him up here where we can see him.
Well, this was definitely the biggest of our 4. Its pink body in the water looked nearly 4 feet long.
And he should be up here.
Cold raindrops? What cold raindrops? Look at this fish!
It's bigger than all the above.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, oh, yes.
This goes 40. Y'all beat it, Eddie, Steve? No. Come on, that's a dandy.
Oh. Oh.
Easy. Just play him. Oh. You got to hang on. I'm going to have to back the boat out a little bit.
Oh, back the boat out. Now hold it, Steve. I got it right up here.
Well, you're going to hit shore. That's where all the snags are. And you get them
Keep reeling. Here we go. I should be able to bring him up. If you can get him. Can you get him here? Got it? Oh, look at that! Oh, man!
Congratulations!
Oh,
that's a hog.
Oh, look at the size of that! Oh, man!
That's a great one.
Oh, that's
a beauty.
Gary,
Congratulations!
This is incredible.
Yeah, that's
this
an
is
amazing
incredible.
Fish.
Oh,
about an hour and a half of fishing. That isn't too bad.
Oh, that isn't. Oh, man.
Let's go get some rain gear.
Oh, get some rain gear? You guys, I want to fish.
No way.
Well, this was an incredible hour and a half. The setting reminded me of Michigan, except for the mountains and except for the phenomenal number of big king salmon that seemed to be terribly easy to catch.
Oh, let me tell you, this is no lightweight. This is at least, no, this is heavier than those bags of salt, water softener salt that I carry from the grocery store. Oh,
I gotta get farther back.
okay. Can you get it in the picture?
Yep, there we go.
Isn't this something?
Really
Oh,
doesn't get any better than this, does it?
how much do you think this weighs?
45, 45, 50. 45, 50, yeah.
On the wall.
Well, I couldn't wait to show all you folks back home that I don't always bring bad luck to every fishing spot I visit. Oh, this feels good.
Yeah, this is that oaky drifter that I used to catch that big 45-pound salmon. That fish, by the way, is being mounted by taxidermist Tim Hayes. We're going to show you the whole process of mounting that monster, and we'll have it on the wall, of course, of our education center when we get that built this summer. Right now, let's warm up with a great winter recipe.
Al Domansky sent us a recipe for very warm chili, and it's called Afterglow chili.
Yeah, Big Al, he works for Big John up there in Traverse City.
Right. And we're going to start out with lean venison burger.
Oh, that sounds good. Of course, a venison chili recipe, you really oftentimes can't taste the venison that much.
Right.
I have a feeling, especially in this one.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hidden quite well. I'm just going to go ahead and brown the burger and then add green pepper and celery and onions.
Celery, that's interesting. In this past year, we've had several recipes that have put celery in what I'd consider to be unlikely dishes.
Right.
But right there in
Yep,
the chili.
in chili. And then, like I say, this has got a lot of warm ingredients to it. Going to add clamato juice.
Clamato. I told you that 10 times.
I know.
Clamato juice is how it's pronounced. You want to try it?
I think so.
Clamato.
I like clamato. Two kinds of beans, and then jalapenos. And like I said, this is just beginning of the warmness in this recipe, because then we're going to add some spices of coriander, crushed red pepper, cumin, and red hot pepper sauce. And you can make this just as hot as you want it, or back off a little bit if you don't want it quite as spicy.
I'm sure that Bob Garner's comments will relate not only to the culinary aspects, but also this chili's after effects.
It's an excellent recipe, but like we were talking about airports a little earlier here before, let me tell you something. You better have your dining room foamed down, because there could be a crash landing around. This stuff is hot.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I imagine some people would be going for the milk and everything else to
Yes.
try to wash it down.
Hey, you want crackers around within easy reach, too.
Yeah, but it isn't hot like chili sauce or anything in it.
I don't think so, huh?
No, like cayenne pepper. Is it?
It's got both of those in here,
Well,
and I
I-
think it's extremely warm.
I tell you what, I put jalapeno peppers on everything. I mean, pizza and spaghetti
That's
and
why.
Yeah, so
It's burned.
I think it's perfect.
Yeah, well, you're all broken in, but this is one of these recipes you got to kind of stick around to see what happens tomorrow with.
I don't know. I like it.
It's good.
I give it, especially in the winter like this. It's great.
The great thing about chili is you can make it hot or you can make it not. Use venison or hamburger. Don't be afraid to monkey with the ingredients to suit your taste. Afterglow chili. Next week on Michigan Outdoors, we're going to do some Michigan pike fishing. Different techniques, different methods, show you how they can be caught. And then we're going to hit the road to compare our techniques with northern Manitoba, Gunaseo Lodge, where we catch northern pike on tiny jigs dragged across the bottom. You're going to find that very interesting. We're also going to fish with Red Wings hockey player star Dave Barr. What a time we have. So join me next week right here on Public TV.
I like that.